Hello from the gorgeous Lake Tahoe. If you ever get a chance to come up here, you will not be disappointed. But if you come with a crowd, I'm gonna give you a tip for cooking to please. Okay, this is my go-to chicken recipe with a little corn salsa. And if you get this chicken recipe mastered, you can use it in all kinds of things, but we'll dive into that a little later. So today we're going to do chicken on the grill, and we're going to make it with a little corn salsa. Easy tacos, everybody will be happy. Are you ready? Okay. First, we want to start with the classic mason jar. These things are the best for drinks, for dressings, and today we're going to use it for a marinade so that we can shake it all up and put it over our chicken. Well, we're going to start with avocado oil. I have regular olive oil, but I prefer avocado oil because it's a little lighter and you can use it in hot temperatures, so it's perfect. All right, this is going to be our base. We're going to put in 1/4 cup. Then we're going to put in our acid. You can use lime juice. You can use anything that has a little zip to it. I like to say that all my measurements are kind of like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So if you do one long squeeze of honey, that's about a tablespoon. So that's what we're gonna do in measurements. We're gonna do 1 tablespoon of honey. We have 1 teaspoon of cumin. This is where you get to just use your teaspoon over and over. I have to use cinnamon, and this time I'm trying roasted cinnamon, so we'll see how it goes. I'll let you know. Okay, so we've got cinnamon, cumin, honey, avocado oil, and a little chili powder. And a paprika. We have talked about this before, but this is absolutely fantastic. The little sliding case for your salt. That way you can have it in your drawer. You can just reach in and grab what you need. But we're gonna go in for salt. This is my absolute favorite tool, and that is the microplane. This is your fastest zester ever, but be careful, you don't want to zest your fingers. But you can just put it right over and you can zest that lime, and that gives it that added flavor where you can you can taste the intensity of the lime, and it's so good. I need a fork. Okay, voila. Okay, so you could go crazy in the world of tools, right? You could have a lemon zester, you could have a juicer, you can have all kinds of stuff. But when it really comes down to it, all you need is a fork. And if you're working in a small space, you don't want to go crazy, because like me, you might only have 4 drawers you're working with. So a fork will do. You can get your juice out just fine and just squeeze it right in. Okay, then you throw the lid on and you give it a good shake. And there you go, you have your marinade. Now, we just need some chicken. It's time to light the grill. I've got some corn. We're gonna roast it so that it gets all caramelized on the top. It's gonna taste super good, and then we're gonna cut it off, and that will be the base of our corn salsa. So I put a little avocado oil on the griddle, and I'm rolling the corn around. This is a super professional trick. I'm rolling it around, I'm kidding. So, so that it gets just a little bit of avocado oil on it, and then we're gonna let it roast. Now the best part about cooking is you can mess up as many times as you want, because all you have to do is add a little bit extra. You just give it a taste, and you're like, wait a minute, that was wrong. So just relax, have fun, and remember that everyone's gonna love your food. Because we're in Tahoe, we have the best selection of produce. I have these gorgeous tomatoes, but you can hit any farmer's market, get little baby tomatoes. They have tons of flavor. We're gonna dice them in half or in quarters to go with our corn, and then we're gonna put a little cilantro, a little red onion. It's gonna be so good. One of the best things that I learned in Mexico is that you don't need a lot of every single flavor. So when it comes to onion, just take a little tiny piece and then chop it up into small, tiny little slivers so that you get the essence of it, but it's not overpowering. So let's talk about what's going in the corn salsa. We're putting a base of corn. We're roasting it on the grill. Then we have some tomatoes, we have some red onion, lime juice, some avocado oil, and we're gonna put some cilantro, and then we'll talk about spices. The microplane takes the zest right off, but you don't wanna go past the white, because then you get like a bitter lime taste. But if you just do the zest after you wash it really well, it will come through and your salad will be super vibrant and tasty. The corn is talking to us. Ultimate camper challenge, try and set your grill up flat so your corn doesn't roll. I love it when the corn has a little bit of the husk left on it because it's like your little tool. You don't need your extra tongs. My grill is really hot, so I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. This Camp Chef is super hot, but it's really great for things like searing steak and cooking chicken so that you get a great crispy layer. But you have to be really careful that you don't just like fry your chicken to pieces. So I'm gonna turn this down a little bit, and then I'm gonna place the chicken through here, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm aware of cross-contamination because we don't want our corn getting salmonella. Favorite thing about cooking is that you can add a little bit of this, add a little bit of that, and figure it out along the way. So just go ahead and don't have fear. Throw something on the grill and figure it out as you go along. There, that's the beauty shot. That's when you know you have roasted corn in your dish and people are like, oh my gosh, you spent all that extra time to roast your corn. Yeah, I did. Okay, at this point, this is where you'll be swatting hands and keeping people away because you need to dice the chicken and they'll come in like the birds, like seagulls. Ah, ah, mine, mine, mine. So keep everybody busy. Give them a job while you dice everything up and get it ready to plate. Okay, so I used to be a flour tortilla girl all the way. You could never get me to go corn. But then I went to Mexico and they made them fresh and they were so good. But here's the secret. They put salt on it. When they come right out and they're nice and warm, they put a little bit of kosher salt on it. Makes all the difference in the world. So what I'm gonna show you today is my favorite thing to do. After everything is all cooked and you kind of have some seasoning on the grill and some oil left over, you throw your corn tortillas on the grill and then you sprinkle a little bit of salt. Makes them so good. Okay, so now our chicken is chopped and ready to go. So now we need to get our corn in here and plate up. Ready? Put a little lime over it, a little extra lime. I'm gonna taste it and then I'll add in the spices. It's so good. That is so good. And you could use canned corn if you don't have time or you don't have a grill. But when you roast the corn over the grill, that is amazing. So this needed 2 full limes and the zest of 1 lime. And then I put in about a 1/4 cup of avocado oil. You don't need a lot of oil, just enough to make it have a little bit of juice so when you put it over your taco, it pours out. Let's put some seasoning in here. You could do chili powder, you could do cumin, you could make your own. But sometimes a girl wants a shortcut. So let me show you a shortcut. This is called Perfect Pinch. It's from McCormick. It is really the perfect thing for this salad. But you could probably make this on your own if you wanted to experiment with some of the things that are in it. A 1/4 teaspoon, I'm gonna sprinkle over the top, and then I'm gonna add in about a 1/2 teaspoon of cumin, because if you wanna know that you're having Mexican food, you taste cumin. It's so good. Okay, you caught me. With salt, you could really eat corn tortillas all by themselves. I'm telling you, you're gonna be converted. They're so good. I'm going to put a little chicken in and then I'm gonna pour the corn salsa over the top. I usually put in 2 corn tortillas because who doesn't want to? As an option, you could add a little avocado, high in protein, super yummy. You could also put in a little sour cream, but I don't think that you need the sour cream because then you don't get as intense of a lime flavor, but whatever you like, you go for it. One way to cut an avocado is to go around the avocado, open it up, hit the seed, take it out, and then we do a special little cutting technique. Good. Okay, this was so much fun hanging out with you, and there is going to be so much more. We have so many things to cover together. Salads, sauces, drinks. Okay, we are going to have a blast. So join me again, and if you want to know how to make this recipe, just go down below and you'll get detailed instructions. Bye for now.